Hi everybody, I know it's super late, but I got my little precious little girl here, Annabella, and I'm gonna hold her while I do this video. Okay, so one of my good friends who I love so much did a video the other day concerning bathing in the wet and drink system. Okay, in the care instructions, when you get a doll from a artist, like I did myself, and I have to send it back, and I never gave him a bath. All I did was his wet and drink. When I called the artist and told her about what was happening with him, it wasn't cause for me using his wet and drink system. She told me no, that didn't cause that. She says sometimes when they glue the head on, it's two pieces, and then to make it look like a one-piece pour. When she glued the head on, when they seal it back there and they mat it, sometimes that happens with some of her dolls. And she fixes and repairs them right away for you. They are trying, she's gotten better at their silicone, she said, and they're using better quality silicone now, and that shouldn't have happened with him, but it did, and they thought that they had that all solved, so now they got to think of something else because of it happened to my baby, and she is doing it completely free for me, of no charge, which I thank God for that. So I got him all packed up and ready to go, and I only had him for 2 weeks. And the point is, I got my care instructions out right here, and I am going to read what it says to you guys. And this friend of mine, I watch her channels all the time. She says, if you're not allowed to bathe your silicones or use the wet and drink system, then why do they put it in the care instructions? And that's true. If the baby wasn't meant to be bathed or have a wet and drink system, and you not supposed to feed them, then they should have that in the care instructions. This is my opinion, and I totally agree with my friend. It should say in the care instructions, only bathe your baby once a year, and use the wet system only so many times, and that's it. I think people get confused because when you buy a baby from a doll artist, and she has in her instructions that you can bathe your baby, people will bathe them. Because that's the enjoyment of having a silicone. Me personally, I've heard too many stories, and I am scared to death to do mine because of because I'm so scared to death that my baby's going to be ruined by doing it. So anyways, these are my care instructions for my baby boy. I just received who I have to send back, which I never bathe. I never bathe my babies, except for I did, not these babies, but I did my old baby, my 2013 silicone baby boy, Brandon Brady, and my silicone wet and drink girl, my other silicone wet and drink, not this baby. Not this baby, but the other baby. I did bathe her one time, and the only reason why I did that is because when she came to me, she was stuck in customs for over 2 or 3 weeks. I had to pay to get her out of customs. And I still owe them. Now I got a bill that I have to pay taxes on the doll now. So I got a bill to pay the taxes on her. On this baby right here. this baby I'm holding right here, I just got a bill saying I have to pay taxes on her now. So I'm stuck with a, you know, I had to pay to get her out of customs, and now I got to pay to the taxes. I just got a bill for it. But anyways, so I believe that an artist... Oh, God, you're... My bird is really making me mad. Okay, so I agree with her. And she had the care instructions in her hand showing people that that baby can be bathed, that you can use the wet and drink system. So artists need to be, artists that sell their babies should have better care instructions wrote down on there, how often you can bathe their baby, how often you can use the drink and what. That would solve everything. Will it break down? Will it give it bubbles? This, and be honest with people. Because you spend a lot of money on these babies. I mean, these babies aren't cheap. And, you know, like my care instructions, I'm going to read it to you. Treat him or her with as much care as you would a newborn. He or she may be bathed. Be very careful of his hair, for we cannot seal it very well. If he or she gets sticky, oh, yeah. Wait a minute. I think I missed the paragraph. No, I didn't. If he or she gets sticky, dust the baby off with baby powder and use a makeup brush to powder. Keep him and her in warm. He or she gets cold, she or he may sweat and get very sticky. So when he or she gets home, you will probably have to powder him or her. I didn't powder my baby when I got him home. I was enjoying holding him, feeding him, changing him. Okay. My baby can be fed with... Feed him or her with baby formula. My baby can actually be fed with real formula. I won't do that. I use distilled water only, and that's what I use in all my silicones who wet and drink. This is my fake bottle. It's got this formula in it. It's got this formula in it. And when I turn it upside, it doesn't leak. And the reason why it don't leak is because I sealed it. I fake feed him with this. But I can use real formula. And all I have to do is clean him out with 1/3 white vinegar mixed with distilled water until he comes completely clean. So this is coming from the artist's care instructions. Well, it's backwards, so I don't know if you guys can read it. And then this is all about the poop system down here. And then it says to keep your babies away, your silicone babies away from cats, dogs, and other animals, as they may scratch him or her. Jewelry. Sharp objects will cut them and damage them. And then it says how this baby can bring you such joy. He is adorable and cuddled. May God bless you. And then the doll artist's... So my baby, I can feed it formula. Do I do that? No. I use distilled water only. So my point is, when an artist is selling a baby silicone doll to you with those features, a wet and drink, I got instructions that I could bathe her as well from the artist. I can bathe her. I can use her wet and drink system. So, it doesn't say that it would cause problems at all on my baby. So that's the point I want to get across to people. How often can you feed them the wet and drink? How often can you give them a bath? That's what I want to know from the artists themselves. If they put that in their rules and then in their care instructions, then people will be able to follow that, and obviously the silicone will not have harm done to it. So I agree with my friend. She got dolls. She has bathed them. She bathes them once a year, and she hasn't bathed them since. And she does the drinking wet just like I do. What's the sense in having it if you can't feed it and let it wet its diaper? I mean, that's the fun and joy of having the baby. And you pay for those features. So, if a artist, if they would just write down in their care instructions when you buy a high-end silicone doll, like I want to get Willow, but he's not going to have a wet and drink, he's not going to have armatures, he's not having anything. I don't know if I want a boy or a girl, but I'm saving my butt up to get him because I want that baby. It is my dream baby. I've always wanted that. I think I might get a girl because Roman has a brother that has a wet and drink system. She needs a sister. And so I think I'm going to get a girl. And I love the cute, because I got Zoe right there next to me. If you can see her, she's right here, uncovered because it's hot in here, and she's on my lap. So anyways, that's what I want to say on this video. Artists, and I'm also agreeing with my other silicone friends who are against the bathing and the drinking wet. And if you use it and you give your baby a bath and you feed them the drinking wet, you should, if you're selling that doll, that you should notify the person, the seller, that's gonna buy that baby in case it has future problems. So I agree there as well. I am scared to death, like I say all the time in my videos. I'm scared to death because of this. Because don't bathe them. Bathe them. Don't bathe them. Bathe them. And it petrifies me to death. That's why, and the only reason why I gave this baby a bath, like I said, he was in customs for over 3 weeks. I had to pay the custom fees. And then I had to turn around and I just got a bill in the mail that I got to pay the taxes on this baby. So yes, and in her care instructions, I can bathe her. I can use her wet and drink system. So, for artists, when you buy, these babies are not cheap. So if an artist is going to put that in their care instructions, how often can you use it? That's what I would want them to put in the care instructions. How often can you use the wet and drink? How often can you bathe the baby? That would make more sense. More sense. And I do agree that if you do bathe the baby, because the artist says you can, and you do, and you want to sell that baby, you make sure that the seller knows that you bathe that baby, and it could have problems in the future. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I'm loving on my babies. I'm so sad that I got to send him off, and I got my other package I have to tomorrow, and I'm so happy about that. I've got a baby on the way. A new baby is coming into my collection, and because I did a trade, so the boxes are over there. You can't see them, but they're on the floor right there by my bassinet. You can't see them, but they're right there on the floor. My baby that I have to send back to the artist, and my trade baby that I'm sending off to one of my friends. So anyways, if people would put the word out to the artist about that, like my friend said, well, they should know. They probably, you know, paid them so many times, you know, before they send a baby to make sure that they don't pill or bubble or whatever. Artists should know that. Artists should know whether or not your baby is going to pill or, you know, bubble up. And if it does, they should notify the buyer. These dolls are not cheap. So if people could just get the word out to the artist and tell them that, because people are going to bathe their babies. They're going to use wet and drink. I'm going to use my wet and drink. I will not bathe them, but I will use my wet and drink. I check down in her privates all the time. And I haven't found not one bubble bump or anything on her. My new baby boy, he doesn't have any. And I used his wet and drink a couple of times since I've had him. I've used hers since I've had her. And I've had her a year. I got her right after I got Roman. So, yeah. And I've used her wet and drink a lot, and I have not found any damage down there in her private parts from her wet and drink. So, but I will not bathe her because I'm scared to death. And you know, I would really like to have a baby that I could bathe, to be honest with you. You know, this is, you know, I pay a lot of money for my silicones, and you know, I would like to have that enjoyment of being able to do that. And I can't because I'm so frightened. I don't want nothing to happen to my silicones. I say it over and over and over again. There's no way I would want to damage this piece of artwork. Seriously, I wouldn't want to ruin anything on this baby girl. Nothing. Nothing at all on her. I paid a lot of money for her. I paid a lot of money for her. I paid a lot of money for Roman. My other silicones were less. Oh, and I paid a lot of money for Tyann. These babies are not cheap. They are in the thousands. Thousands of dollars is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about $2 or $2,000. I'm talking about up past $2,000. Put it that way. It starts from $2,000 and up for these type of babies. Okay, for every one of my babies I've have, over $2,000, over $2,000, over Roman $2,000, over Tyann over $2,000. They are not cheap, and the artist should make sure that people are aware that they can break down, you know, get bubbles, get you know, it gets up under the matting powder and stuff. And they should find a better way to seal it and a better way to mat the silicone if that's going to happen. I mean, you spend a lot on a prototype. A prototype, which is my baby that I got to send back to the artist. He was over $2,000. Okay? So I wish artists, you know, would put that in their care instructions. Well, you can only use the wet and drink once a week. You can only bathe them once a year. I mean, isn't that fair enough? I mean, honestly, isn't that fair enough? I mean, once a week to bottle feed it. And or maybe once a month with the wet and drink, and bathe it once a year. If they would just acknowledge that when you buy, you're buying that baby so that you can do those things with that baby. That's why I bought her. That's why I bought my wet and drink boy, because I knew I could bathe him. I knew I could wet and feed and he'll wet his diaper. Same with her. Even though I never bathed him. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to keep safe with my silicones until this is solved. Until this matter is solved, I will not bathe my silicones because of this. Because it's gotten me so scared to death to do it. And then in the future, if I want to sell them, then, you know, I have to tell the artist what I had done. And yes, I did give her a bath. And the only reason why is because she was in customs for 3 weeks. I don't know what they did to her when she was in customs. The box was really messed up when I got her. They tore the box open. You know, I mean, you could tell that the box had been opened and retaped. So I bathed her because I didn't want to get any germs off of somebody else. But I've never bathed her since, and she has not had any issues. That's what I'm saying. No issues whatsoever. So, yeah, so that's all I wanted to talk about in this video. I gotta get into bed. But this little girl, I will show you really close-up details of this baby. I'm holding her because, yeah, yes, baby. I love you too. Yes, I do. Mommy loves you so much. I do. And you do too. Yes, I know. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Mama. But anyways, there's my little cuteness, and she just reminds me of a sleeping baby with a smile on her face, like she's dreaming like babies do. And then I love how her legs just curl up like this on this baby. And she is my Drinking Wet by Tara, something on Facebook. Look at that. I mean, that is just so precious. Babies always curl up like that when they're first born. They always have their legs all curled up, and she's very soft and squishy silicone. Not as soft and squishy as Roman, but she is very, very squishy. Her stomach is squishy. Her chest. She's a very squishy little girl. So I'm going to put her up here. But that's all I wanted to discuss. I truly believe, you know, that, you know, from experience from other artists or other collectors who have their babies had damage done to their silicone. So, yes, from bathing their babies. So, yes. So the artist needs to make it clear how often and the bathing should be, and if it should be bathed at all, and if it should, how often you can use the wet and drink system. Once a month, once a week, you know, so forth. And then that way everybody gets a better understanding. And then if they wish to bathe the baby, but it's got to be on there that they need to write on there that if you do bathe the baby, even though it's okay to bathe it, that it could possibly peel, get bubbles under the matting and under the ceiling and cause pilling. That's what they should have in the care instructions. If you choose to bathe the baby, this is the possibilities of what could happen to this baby doll. So, then nobody would have any confusions over all this. Like I said, I am literally scared to death, and that's why I don't bathe my babies. I've never bathed her. And this is my Zoe, and she is almost going on an 8-year-old baby. She was born in, she's prototype number 4, right on her neck, right here. She is a 7-year-old going on 8 years old baby, and she is in the condition that I got her off of Annie Bananas. Like, there's no pilling, no bubbles, no nothing on this baby. This baby has shiny spots, and that's okay. She's supposed to have shiny spots. See her knee? She's supposed to. Perfect condition. She's in great condition, other than her hair, her arms, her fingers. She is in that, and I've never bathed her. She does need her Look at her hand. Look at her hand. Let me put it up here. See? She is in, and she is the memory foam silicone. It is so soft and memory foam. It is like no other baby I've ever felt in my life. Her ears are even shiny. But that's okay. And then as far as her belly, she's just losing her hair. See that? She's just losing more and more hair. That's it. She is on a ball jointed head, not one piece pour, but she's an older baby. These are the babies that Claire made. I got her off of Claire Taylor. She is a Claire Taylor silicone baby girl. And you got something in between your toes, so let Mama get that off of there real quick. Mama inspects her babies, what she should inspect them more often, because I don't do it enough. But this is her tummy. That is her tummy. Up close. That is her tummy and her chest and her belly and her modeling. That's what she looks like. That is just her modeling on her skin. It's not nothing wrong with this baby. I'm going to show you her neck if I possibly can. Oh my goodness, girl. This is her neck. That is her neck. Up close. I'll turn her around on the back so you can see the back of her neck and the back of her. She's a ball jointed baby. See, she has no pillings. I have been taking care of this baby. This baby is not a young baby at all. She is going to be 8 years old this year. That's why I took pictures today of her. She has shiny spots. Yes, of course she's going to have them. I try not to powder her. You know, I need to get the matting powder. It's very soft silicone powder instead of using my cornstarch, because one of my friends, well, actually, the doll artist that I got, my new baby I have to send off to the artist, she says that that's better for your silicones than anything else. That you should get silicone powder for your baby. And she mentioned the name of it, but I can't remember. But, yeah, so those are my girls. And like I said, I will do a really close-up picture thing of her. I probably could still do that. Yes, Mama. Yes, I'm Mama. Yes, I'm Mama. Yes, I am. I'm Mama. Okay. So I'm going to show a close-up picture of what this baby looks like. Come on, little sweet pea. Yeah, so you Mommy's little sweet pea. She's going to feed her and drink her. She's going to feed her tonight. Well, not tonight. I'll probably do it in a video tomorrow because, I just want to show you how, okay. So I'm going to try to show you because I got to hold her head. And it's very hard for me to do that and bring this up real close. But you see, no pilling. No pilling. This baby's back. It is smooth as can be. And that is as close as I can get. And do you see she's not pilling anywhere? Okay, let's do the front of you. It's the way Mama has to hold you to do this, huh? Here, I'm just going to take off her shirt. This will be much better. Yes, Mama, I'll take off your shirt. Because this will be much better to show you her. And I bathed her one time, like I said, when I first got her, because of she was stuck in customs and the box had been taped over and over and over. So this is her belly, and that is not pilling. That is her silicone. See her, this is her. This is her arm all the way down to her hand. These are her legs. Those are they're not bubbles. They're part of her silicone. You can't see through it. Bubbles, you can see through the bubbles. But that is not a bubble, nor that's just her silicone, as far as I can see on her. Because it's not. And then here's her belly. And as you can see, there's 2 spots down there. It's literally her silicone itself. When I stretch her out, it stretches with the silicone. If it was a bubble, I don't think it would stretch. And besides, it doesn't feel like a bubble. It feels like her silicone. The front of her neck. No peeling. Her leg. See, those are the bubble there. You see it? Does it look like it's peeling? It looks like a bubble. I mean, not a bubble. It looks like part of her silicone, where it wasn't like smoothed down on her silicone. That's what it is. That's what that is right there. I thought it was a bubble, but if you look at it very closely, if I could show you, it's just not showing up close. How can I do this so you guys can actually see it? Look at that. See? It's not a bubble. It is part of her silicone. From what it looks like to me, but these are her legs. Her feet, her legs, but yeah, she has no damage done to her from, no, she doesn't at all. This is the other arm, up close. See, she is okay, and I will check her private parts out, because I haven't done that. But that is part of her silicone. It's not, I don't think that is a bubble. It doesn't feel like a bubble. The bubble on my silicone, you could definitely tell the difference in that doll. I mean, you could tell how can I describe this so people will understand? That is part of bone. A bubble on the baby looks, I don't want to unwrap him so I could show you what it looks like. It's clear. It becomes very clear on the silicone. And that's how you know it's a bubble, because it's very clear. It breaks away from the silicone, and it makes it like it hadn't been painted. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. I hope I'm describing it like, I hope I'm describing that to a T. That's the only way I can describe it. I gotta find the little plastic bag, because I never dress my babies without that plastic bag. Never. So anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about. I showed you close-up pictures of her. And I wanted to show you that I did bathe her one time. But I've never bathed my other babies. I'm just saying I did that because she was in custom and the box was, you could tell that the box had been taped over and over and over. Like somebody had, was enjoying her while she was in customs. And now I just got a bill that I got to pay the taxes on her. I cannot believe that. I really cannot believe that. I've had this done for a year. You see her armpits? She got armpits. Yes, she does. She's got her armpits right there. And on this arm. I always use my plastic bag. Why? Because this material, the material slides through really fast, and then I let go of it, and then I finish putting the outfit on my baby. So there's no stretching her arms out, no pulling on her fingers or hands, and that's how I do it, because it slides right through there. And I'm very careful with my babies, and I demonstrate that every time I do a video with my babies, that I am very, very gentle. Even when I pick them up, she's got a cute little tush too, and private parts. I'll show you down to her tushy. Look at that cute little tushy tush. That's just part of it. That's all you're gonna see. But anyways, that's a cute little tush. Yes, it is. Okay, let's pull your diaper up, little girl. Yes, and let's get this down. So Mommy can... And, yeah. So I just wanted to show that to everybody, that I did... But I will not bathe my other babies, like I said, like Roman. I never bathed Zoe. I never gave her a bath. And I've never done it, and I've had her a year. And there's no damage when I did that, or in her privates where I have done the wet and drink on her. Let me get some lube. I'm just, yeah, because I need to put that on you, because you, girl, usually I can open up her mouth and put that right in, but see that gulk on there? That is what gets stuck in my baby's mouths. And you have to wash them out. And then when it dries up, it looks like boogers, pretty much. That's the only way I can describe it. So I wipe that off, and then I wipe the excess off, and I only put a little bit just to get it in, because I don't want to clog her silicone. So I put come on. My hair is really, well. Just a teeny, see, that's just a teeny bit. And then I just rub it on there, and then I wipe the excess off. So I just rub it on there where you can't even see that I even put it on there. And then I wipe my fingers off. And then I'm able to stick it in her mouth so she doesn't get it packed up in her mouth. But I clean their mouths out anyways with warm water and a Q-tip. And that's it. And it's in there. There we go. There she is. She's got her passy now. I keep passies in my silicone's mouths. Especially if they have an open mouth. Zoe don't, but her mouth stays open a little bit. It's opened a little bit, and that's because I don't want bird seed getting in my babies. My bird is always flicking his bird seed on my bed, and he has little teeny tiny pieces, and I don't want them going into my silicone's mouth. So that's why I put a passy. And besides, they're covered up. I do take it out. I do take them out of their mouths during the day. And sometimes at night when they're sleeping, so because they're covered up. So that's it, you guys. I just wanted to discuss that. I hope you watch this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. If you like the video, if you want to get notifications when I do a video, push the bell button twice. You'll get notifications when I do a video. I love all my subscribers. Thank you for the ones that the 4 new subscribers that I just got. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And love you guys. And till my next video. Bye.